Good afternoon. First of all, we'd like to thank you all for having us here today. I'm Elias Murillo, and this is my colleague Ben Wandoff, and we're here representing Bed Bath & Beyond shareholders.
Hello, I'm Christine Schmiedler, and this is my colleague Garrett Powell, and we're here to represent the Environmental Protection Agency.
We're here to talk to you about the changes we believe you should make to help reach the United Nations 14th Sustainability Goal, Life Underwater.
Ocean pollution is a serious problem today, and Bed Bath & Beyond should recognize this need to preserve our oceans and the life in them. Just to state some facts, we would like to first note that plastic is the most common element that is found in the ocean and is often considered food by marine animals. Also, we find it important to note that land-based sources are the largest causes of pollution in the ocean. Especially recently, the company has begun to prioritize the environment and the need for sustainable business practices in society. Bed Bath & Beyond has been increasingly transparent with its CSR outlined in your corporate responsibility report. While Bed Bath & Beyond has taken numerous measures to promote sustainable efforts, the company can still improve. Here today, we will discuss how Bed Bath & Beyond has been successful thus far and will provide suggestions about how the company can further improve in helping preserve our oceans and specifically the life in them. In beginning to determine how to improve sustainability efforts, we must first analyze the relationships between multiple shareholders and this issue. We should also try to understand that business today is continuously evolving and that its role in society is adapting as well. As leaders at Bed Bath & Beyond, you have the opportunity to assist in large-scale efforts to protect the life in our oceans and sustainability efforts in general. The first group we represent are the company shareholders. In the past, some groups of stakeholders have pressured the company to reduce toxic chemicals. We understand that the consumer preferences often change and that today's customers genuinely care about their own health and the environment as well. The company has made some changes addressing these concerns and is more transparent than it was in the past. As Bed Bath & Beyond shareholders, we know that we have moderately high salience. Our opinions regarding sustainability and the preservation of Earth's oceans matter and should be taken into consideration. Collectively among shareholders, we would like the company to continue to improve sustainability efforts involving life in our oceans.
As you are aware, the Environmental Protection Agency is an independent agency of the United States government which sets out to protect human and environmental health. We have salience as we have the ability to make urgent, important decisions that can affect the success and day-to-day operations at Bed Bath & Beyond. When stakeholders have similar and shared interests, they will potentially form coalitions or temporary alliances. As the owner and board of directors of Bed Bath & Beyond, you should care about the desires of these coalitions. In the wake of recent world trends to increased environmental consciousness, if the health of the ocean continues to deteriorate, coalitions will unquestionably form to dismantle the perpetrators. Take us, the EPA, and shareholders, for example. The EPA is a government organization whose priority is protection of the environment and is unmotivated by Bed Bath & Beyond's performance as a company. Shareholders, on the other hand, would like Bed Bath & Beyond to perform well. Evidently, these two stakeholders have differing priorities, yet both groups recognize the pertinence of protecting the ocean for future generations. If Bed Bath & Beyond would like to avoid future issues, it is essential that they address the wishes of coalitions today. The EPA, who has political power and can create rules and regulations, as well as shareholders, who have voting power and can voice their opinions about board members, have already bonded together for a common cause: protecting life below water. If these concerns go unaddressed, other parties, such as consumers who have economic power and the media who have informational power, may become motivated to boycott Bed Bath & Beyond, which could be detrimental to your performance.
As a board, you may still be asking yourself, why does ocean conservation matter to us? If the eminent possibility of coalitions is not a motivating reason, perhaps a more appealing proposition will be to look at the triple bottom line. Most actions that Bed Bath & Beyond take have impacts outside of simply the economic realm. For example, the choice to use plastic bags at checkout may make sense economically. After all, plastic bags only cost about 1 cent each, while paper and compostable plastics cost about 5 and 10 cents respectively. However, paper bags are more than 4 times more likely to be recycled than plastic bags. This simple switch, while somewhat costly economically, will greatly reduce Bed Bath & Beyond's negative environmental impact and ultimately reduce their triple bottom line. Corporations need to look beyond solely their personal economic situation and consider their impact on the world at large. According to the United Nations, oceans are not only home to at least 200,000 species, but also supply roughly $3 trillion to the global economy annually.
Over the last decade, Bed Bath & Beyond has been increasingly concerned with protecting the environment and their corporate social sustainability. Public statements by C-class executives have reflected these commitments. Their environmental responsibility is seen in Bed Bath & Beyond stores, warehouses, offices, suppliers, and community involvement. This all being said, according to the CSR Hub, Bed Bath & Beyond ranks below the industry average for CSR. We are eager to see this rating increase while making strides to protect and restore our world's oceans. In the past, this company has implemented sustainability initiatives that's goal is to save both Bed Bath & Beyond and your suppliers money, which in turn helps consumers in the form of low prices and the environment. We would like this responsible approach to sustainability to continue through the new projects and company-wide efforts. To paraphrase Steve Tamars, this company recognizes the broader concerns over energy costs, the rate of consumption, and environmental impacts of fossil fuels, deforestation, and global warming, all factors that have adverse effects on the viability of our oceans. As of now, to address these concerns, Bed Bath & Beyond has made strides in what we have recognized as 4 major areas: product offerings, reusable bags, packaging, and reducing your carbon footprint. Energy-saving products have been introduced into the company's product line. Shower heads that reduce water consumption, fluorescent light bulbs, and window treatments with insulating properties all play a positive contribution in ocean protection. You have established a partnership with the National Fish and Wildlife Foundation to offer reusable shopping bags with a donation of $1 per bag for charities benefiting coastal and other waterway habitats. Plastic bags play a major role in ocean pollution and biodiversity, and we are excited to say that Bed Bath & Beyond has raised $500,000 last year through this partnership. We want to recognize this company's efforts to not only reduce the packaging you use for shipping, but also to encourage your suppliers to use sustainable packaging, in turn reducing waste. The 4th area involves reducing Bed Bath & Beyond's carbon footprint, the leading cause for global warming and the warming of our oceans. Reliance on solar energy, energy saver functions, and hybrid vehicles have proved to significantly decrease carbon emissions for the company and help the bottom line. While we recognize and appreciate these current efforts, we see areas that could be improved that would serve all of our interests.
We have created a recommendation that would benefit your stakeholders and reduce your overall cost. While we believe your effort to supply reusable bags is a great first step, our concern is for larger items and the large amount of plastic you still use. To further decrease your use of plastic bags, we recommend using your recycled packaging that you ship your merchandise in as a box for consumers to put their items in. The system would be set up much like Costco, where you would place larger items in a box for easier transportation, and groups of smaller items as well. You could also purchase paper bags for customers who request a different packaging system. This recommendation would greatly reduce your use of plastic throughout your stores and on our planet. Why would you want to take our recommendation? Looking at this data gathered in 2018, we can assume that those who shopped in Bed Bath & Beyond all used one plastic bag. This assumption would correlate with over 151 million plastic bags. Your donation of $500,000, assuming you donated the said $1 for each bag, shows that reusable bags make up less than 0.3% of your bag output. That is over 150 million plastic bags going to waste. Might I add that this is on the assumption that everyone who stopped in to purchase home accessories within the United States only used one bag and visited your store only once. This is not inclusive of the multiple bags they could have used or bags used for customers purchasing non-home accessory items. That makes this 0.3% of reusable bags and 151 million plastic bags an extremely conservative answer. You might be wondering why this change would be beneficial for you. The answer is easy. Lower cost correlates to higher profit margins. You take the 150 million plastic bags you have used this year, assuming that each bag cost a penny to produce. This would correlate to a cost of over 1.5 million a year. This would allow you to generate a larger profit for your shareholders, and then we, as the EPA, would be satisfied with your efforts to conserve our oceans and environment. Your customers may dislike the new changes to boxes instead of bags, as it may make things more difficult to transport or bring to their car. Our recommendation to use paper bags for the customer who asks for a different form of packaging lowers the probability for unhappy customers. Another stakeholder that may be negatively impacted is your plastic bag supplier. As the plastic bag suppliers don't have as much power as the EPA and shareholders, we personally believe this stakeholder is not as salient as our coalition. We hope you use our words and insights to make these potential changes throughout your company. Please feel free to reach out if you have any questions.